Unbelievable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And fuck our champions!
It doesn't get any better than that!
Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, on this windy day in western Philadelphia. Today we are in the home stadium of Vidas United, and they are going to be going up against Lighthouse 1893. They are new to the Delaware Conference, and they have so far made a pretty good mark as we go ahead and give a quick look at our conference's table. Both Vidas and Lighthouse are sitting in the higher end of the middle of the pack, and this game will be a good determinant for whether or not they are going to hold strong in such a position. As you can see, Vidas is 4th and Lighthouse is 5th. And with a win today for Lighthouse, that would actually bump them up. And of course, with a win from Vidas, that would hold them in good standings to try and keep that top 4 spot in this conference. So far this season, Vidas has had some pretty strong wins, but some pretty close losses. So I'm expecting some good back and forth, good gameplay coming from them, and I can say the same for Lighthouse. So I believe we are in for a treat, even if this is not a top 1 or 2 team, as you guys might have been able to catch in for yesterday's games. As the players walk out to the center of the field, we are getting ready for a windy day of soccer. Vidas at their home turf, likely used to this, but I'm sure that both teams, well aware that weather wasn't going to be ideal for the day, have some preparations in order to get ready. So far, I've seen that the wind seems to be blowing in the direction of Lighthouse, so we will see if there is any detriment to their play when it comes to trying to move the ball further upfield. I am sure that Vidas is more than happy to have the wind under their wings, and do not be surprised if you see some further looks downfield in order to get some good looks on net. Your goalkeepers for today will be for Vidas, Grazioli, and for Lighthouse, Gangu. We will see how they fare with a possibly shifting soccer ball flying in their direction with more power, less power. We'll see if that stays the same or changes as this game continues on. Maintain possession, going ahead and bouncing it in their back half, taking some looks upfield with a possible chance. Vidas tried to step on it. A unfortunate foul by Orozo, which will give Lighthouse their first set piece, looking into the Vidas goal box. Ball was kicked up and recovered by Vidas, and with a quick clear upfield, luckily bouncing off and past the sideline for Vidas to go ahead and repossess. You'll see Simon call for a ball as he is ready to get this game underway for Vidas to take their first official possession for the game. He's going to look for Blanchard, someone who's had a strong presence so far this season, and with a little bit of back and forth, we will see Vidas have the ball returned to the midfield, given a decent look towards the center, but pushed back out wide. Vidas able to recover possession, and Blanchard playing it back to the corner. See if this is their first look. Unfortunately for them it is not, but they will be happy that they get a nice corner kick out of it. And we're going to see the players rotate through the ball real quick and then give it a quick setback, which unfortunately floats over the net, likely not prepared for the possible wind that was carrying that. Lighthouse going to play a little bit of a dangerous game here in their own back of the field, but it's going to result in some midfield contention as the ball was cleared. And Lighthouse, yet again, just pushing it upfield, trying to recover their wits, and luckily that'll be something that'll happen very quickly, and offsides is called as Lighthouse had their first look at a decent Vidas. That was bad. After a little bit of confusion and missteps, led to a quick grab from Vidas. Quick header is going to give Vidas their second corner kick of the game. We will see if they opt for the short option like they did last time, or possibly look at some movement that is developing. The ball is up and it's fairly far back. Blanchard tries to center it, but there is not enough room for it to develop into something, and they will try to maintain possession in the midfield. Quick move is gonna give Vidas working towards the top of the box, but some hands point to see if a foul could be drawn. No call though, and Lighthouse will again happily take their possession. Bayo losing the ball, challenging for it. It's going to turn into Vidas' favor, and Lighthouse able to get men in front of the ball, and a quick shot is going to be taken. A little bit of juggling happening on the end of Gangu, but he is able to hold it, and there is a player down on the field. Does not look like it resulted in anything major, as everyone walks away, and it is going to be rolled to Lighthouse's defense for them to take possession from here. A quick ball towards the 40-yard line, and then another send, looking like it's going to favor Vidas. We'll see if Lighthouse can jump on any of these loose balls, but they won't. And we're going to take a quick look downfield. That's Chivekno, who's going to try and take it center, and the ball flies over the net. Apologies, Chivesco was the one who centered that. can see the Vidas defense moved a little bit further up than they likely would normally be, as they know they have the wind in their favor, and as you can see, the ball definitely was held back a little bit going further downfield. And Vidas will take that. Blanchard getting some possession, going to try and center it, and Vidas more than happy again to look at a corner kick in Lighthouse's half. I'll go ahead and take this time to thank our sponsor of today's game. Today's game in frame is brought to you by Petrobax, your gateway to Spain and Portugal. From unforgettable vacations to exclusive soccer group trips, Petrobax gets you closer to the action. Petrobax.com and start planning your dream trip today. As the ball flew across, it rolled out and gave Lighthouse some quick possession, but with a little bit of pressure from Blanchard, looks like Vidas is going to take advantage of a throw-in, though with a little bit of contention. It seems like it was able to roll out nicely for Gangu, and he will hand it off to his players to see if they can at least break out of their own half, as Vidas seems to be keeping them well in it. The ref gonna go ahead and call an offsides on Bayo, as he took that possession just past the Vidas defense. Aruzo gonna opt to hand it back to his teammate, and Vidas is gonna move back. Ball ending up back in Ruzo's favor. Quick deflection, and Vidas will gladly take the throw-in to see if they can get anything going, but it is going to result in a Lighthouse possession. Attempted through ball, and a little bit of collision is going to lead to, I believe it is a free kick in favor of Lighthouse, their second of the half. Kawa gonna let his players set up and fake a quick shot to see what movement might be coming and lob it towards the far side of the box. Gonna see if his team can take possession, and maybe something might develop from it, but offsides call yet again. Looks like the Lighthouse players are stepping a little bit too far forward. As Vidas will try to move the ball forward, but that's going to end up in Lighthouse's favor. You see them try to take the ball down the far sideline, but with a quick double team, Vidas is going to try and move it away, but Lighthouse stepping on the opportunity in some back and forth. Lighthouse will be happy that that did not turn into a quick counterattack from Vidas. A little bit of contention leaves Gangu in the backfield, almost by himself, and he's going to try and take a little sidestep and maybe opt for pushing it far to the sideline to buy his team time to get set and get open for him. Quick clear is going to lead into Vidas' favor. A shot is going to be taken, but there is No dice for Baudze as he tried to look for the bottom left corner. Low ball is going to end up back in Vidas' favor. Whew, that was close for Lighthouse there, but they knew that their goalkeeper was able to jump on it, and with how loose that ball was, I'm not surprised that a confident Gangu was able to step out on it. A little bit of back and forth is going to end up in Lighthouse's favor, but rolling out of bounds as another opportunity goes past Lighthouse. Again, just trying to break out of their own half. They have had some opportunities, but they're trying to just work to relieve the pressure that Vidas is putting on them, and as Lighthouse throws some double teams towards the Vidas players in a quick step, we're going to see Lighthouse gain that favor on the near side of the field. Donzo throwing it down the line, and it is going to lead to a clear downfield, which Gangu gonna take possession of and control himself, but a little bit too hard of a touch for so to manage, and that is going to, luckily for them, deflect and lead to a throw-in. Big clear downfield. We're going to look at another offsides call, as there was a little bit of congestion on this closer side of the field, which might have led to some confusion for the Lighthouse players, as the ref is going to have a quick talk. Vidas is going to go ahead and yet again look at their opponent's side of the field, as they have held on to it for so long. Looking towards the far sideline, trying to move it out to Blanchard, and Lighthouse trying to get it clear. It's not going to result in too much, but with a attempted chip to push it back out to that same sideline, Lighthouse will maintain possession, and that will remain as the ball bounces harmlessly to Gangu. Some quick pressure is going to lead to a little bit of confrontation as Chinek's, a quick shot on net, and we're going to see the ball continue to bounce towards the top of the box. Lighthouse able to regain possession and clear it upfield, but Vidas able to keep that possession. Simon trying to force it out to Waldman as they work the back line. Blanchard gonna try and apply some pressure, and it will work as Vidas does get possession. Shevchenko about to receive the ball, but foul is gonna give Lighthouse a nice break here, as there was something developing on this close sideline. We're going to go ahead and rotate through another ball. And Lighthouse is going to assess their options downfield as they're going to see if they can break Vidas' line. But to no avail. Vidas is going to take possession and see if they can get something moving on this far sideline. A lot of movement, and a foul is going to come along in Vidas' favor, as I believe it was Baudsy who was making his way through a lot of the Lighthouse players. A low ball towards the back line of Lighthouse, and some back and forth is going to give Blanchard possibly a look on net. He's going to make a quick move, but the Lighthouse players are stacking behind him. Though it bounce out, it's going to remain, and Fox will go ahead and see if he wants to try and maybe center it or give it back. And he will give it back, and that will be a quick trip up on Baudsy, as he is more than happy to take a free kick just outside the corner of the box. Tengu calling for 3 players in his wall as they get adjusted, and the ref sets them. See the Vidas players rush in, but that ball is going to deflect off the wall and bounce awkwardly in the middle with a little bit of latency from either team trying to possess it, and Lighthouse will jump on this opportunity. It is a rush to try and catch up to this ball as Lighthouse takes it down into the corner, and a quick slide is going to push it out as Orozo is able to halt that attack for now. The wind, at least at the moment, seems to be either picking up or at least maintaining a pretty good speed, so expect some falling corner flags and waving ref flags as Lighthouse is going to look at a corner kick here. Lighthouse going to see not too much movement towards the top of the 6, and the ball is going to almost roll out, but Lighthouse is able to regain possession, try and pass it out. Almost a shot on net there, and Vidas, lucky for them, able to take a quick step, and a penalty on Lighthouse is going to give Vidas a good counter. We're going to see some quick contention and some quick fighting as we might have a shot on net, and some hands fly in the air as the Vidas players might have wanted a call, but there is none as Padsu tries to get it center, but Kengu very easily stepping out and collecting the ball. Kengu calling his players to go a little bit further down the field, and Vidas stepping on it, going to look for a clear downfield, a quick header, and the ball is going to bounce around. It looks like Lighthouse is able to at least maintain this possession, and a good move from Bayo is going to make sure that they get a good look down this sideline. An attempted center, quick possession, as some Vidas players try to stack behind the ball to make sure no shot is able to be taken, and Lighthouse is going to see if moving the ball around is going to be the better option, but a bad touch is going to lead to Blanchard getting an opportunity, and we're going to see Said Hamed try and go for something, but no dice there, and that call is a little close to the sideline. I believe it is a throw-in. Yes, it is. We'll go ahead and see Simon take it short and be the option back as Vidas tries to get it center, and that ball will leak through, but not strong enough for Vidas to get the first goal of the game. And with a quick option, Lighthouse not afraid to take possession on their own backline, even with Vidas close by, and with a quick look, it looks like Lighthouse is going to have another opportunity. It'll be a foot race to see if anything can develop from it, and a possible trip is not going to result in anything, as Genzioli will happily collect that ball and lay on it for the moment, as there is a little bit of confusion here. Just a reminder for everyone watching, we have some games coming up later today for the U.S. Open Cup second qualifying round. It will be Met Oval Academy versus Central Park Rangers at 7 p.m. and New York Greek Americans versus New York Renegades, and that'll take place at 8 p.m. So make sure you guys tune in to those games, as they will likely be just as entertaining as this one has been so far. Big clear going all the way to Lighthouse's 30-yard line. An awkward bounce and a smart header is gonna go ahead and let Lighthouse escape from that possible danger. And Lighthouse gonna go ahead and bounce that on this sideline. A quick look is not going to result in anything, and Fox will happily give that back to Gonzola. An awkward clear, but Waldman able to step on it and clear it out and relieve at least that pressure that very suddenly built on Vidas' defense. Some good steps coming up from Lighthouse, but not quite able to hold on to them as Vidas continues to keep some good hold on their line, but I saw some hands raising in the air calling for it. I wasn't sure whether the line judge was gonna raise their flag, and they did. Lighthouse plagued with offsides calls, and I'm wondering if maybe they need to try and play a little bit close to their players as they try to make some moves downfield, but they won't have to this time, as a quick step is going to result in an opportunity that will unfortunately fade away, and a quick step, maybe trying to catch Vidas' defense off guard, is not going to result in anything. Ball floats down towards the 50-yard line, and a almost wide open Blanchard does get called offsides. Lighthouse will be happy that Blanchard was not left to his own devices that easily, as he has been one of the star players for Vidas so far this season. Bounces a little awkwardly towards the midfield, and it's going to lead to a quick breakaway. Some tussling will happen between the players, and a big step is going to, or a big touch, sorry, is going to lead to Vidas sending the ball straight down the field, but that header is not going to be too far in favor of Lighthouse, as Czechno is gonna try and look at something as he is teamed up on by two Lighthouse players. He will go ahead and see if they can take a look down this sideline, and they will, as two Vidas players will try and stop it, but that deflection not leading to too much for Lighthouse, and again falling into Vidas' hands. Gangu going to step out for this, get a light touch and hand it off to, I believe that's his wingman. Gonna have a Lighthouse throw in here. And attempted move down the sideline, and though it didn't immediately result in something, Lighthouse does get another throw in. This time opting to take a little bit more control of the play, maybe look across the field, instead opting to head back. You see Gangu trying take a shot towards the center of the field, and some headers coming out, but it will stay in Lighthouse's possession. A quick turn of events as Vidas is going to go ahead and try and look center. A quick move. Some people are on their heels, somewhat stuttering to try and either maintain their footing or maintain possession, but Clear is going to leave Lighthouse of a possible attack from Vidas. I'm sure that defense is likely starting to get tired, as most of the game so far has been on their half. Vidas with a throw-in, likely looking a little bit more center to maybe get something coming across. Three Lighthouse players are going to make sure that he does not have any options, and that will roll out of bounds for Lighthouse to try and possess, which it seems like they will. A quick slide will halt their attack, but a nice send down the sideline is going to leave Donzo with an opportunity, but a little bit too big of a touch is going to return that same favor for Vidas, as they're going to try and look back, and a call will be made, as I believe that was Sadhamed who took the brunt of a swing and is lying on the ground. Players are going to try and argue their case. If you are just tuning in, current score is 0-0, with Vidas taking a somewhat similar free kick that they took earlier in this game, just this time a little bit closer to the box. You see the ball try and get moved past the line, but it is going to bounce just wide of the post, as the players will return to the midfield game that this has turned into so far. The ball very much so stopping almost mid-air, as the wind has been a big problem so far for this game, and it seems like a yellow card is going to be headed out to Bayo with one of the Vidas players down on the field. We'll see, as Fox is a little, or at least the recipient of that quick confrontation, he is a little slow to get up. But he does seem to be moving it around as some of his teammates ask some questions to ensure nothing too terrible has come of it. Fox being walked off to the sideline. Able to do it in his own strength, and from what I can see, either not too much or not a limp, which is a good sign for this Vidas team. He has been a very strong member so far this season, being one of their strongest center backs, and definitely being a good presence a little bit further upfield to try and generate some possibilities. So as he stands a little close to the sideline, I wouldn't be surprised if he possibly makes his way back in a little bit later in this game, or at least in this half. See Vidas try and go for a low shot here, but the idea not coming too far out to fruition, as it does end up flying out just left of the net. Lighthouse playing very close to their own back line with a lot of Vidas players surrounding them, but it seems like it might work in their favor as they have some decent room upfield, and a quick shot is almost gonna find its way across. But at minimum, they will maintain possession and try and move the ball a little bit further out towards the side, as Donoso will send it downfield, and this looks like it will be an opportunity as Simon tries to interrupt the play, and interrupt the play he will. So the ref calls the play dead there. The Lighthouse player still seems to be on the ground. I unfortunately can't give you a name at the moment, but we do have some of the Lighthouse's team and staff around him, making sure he's okay, helping him up here. He does seem to be favoring, I believe it was his right foot, so hopefully not too much damage done to his left as his team is carrying him out. It does seem like Vidas will have possession, or at least a quick play-in is gonna result from this quick pause as a result of this injury. Ref is going to go ahead and drop the ball for Grazioli as he will go ahead and take a quick look down the field, and Lighthouse will very easily take possession and take a look down the sideline. We'll see if they try and maybe take some kind of shot center. It will cross the goalkeeper, but it seems as though Simon was able to play it out, but unfortunately not able to get to this one, and Lighthouse will take a quick throw-in. Donzo gonna look at his options and step in to try and keep this Lighthouse possession, which it will, and this back and forth continues. His Lighthouse will come in favor of it. Still trying to look for some way to break through this Vidas defense, who seems to be doing very well at putting bodies behind the ball and stepping on any possible clears and opportunities Lighthouse might be able to take. And with a quick interruption, we'll see Blanchard try to take something, but the Lighthouse defense able to make sure that doesn't turn into anything. Seems like after a quick penalty, Blanchard is going to go ahead and take a free kick and hand it off to his teammate. The ball is going to float towards the center of the box, but that will be a, I believe, offsides call. And Lighthouse will gladly take this opportunity to turn possession and take it amongst themselves. Again, playing very close to their own back line. We've seen a few times that result in something very unfavorable for them, but so far it hasn't turned into anything, or Vidas hasn't gone ahead and taken advantage of it. But after a quick, I believe, accidental hit to the face, we'll see Vidas take another free kick just at the 30-yard line. Not surprised to see them go ahead and stack the defensive line here and maybe try and take some look at the far side of the box. It will bounce, but head back in their favor as they try to work it back to maybe develop something here. Lighthouse sending 2 players to make sure that nothing can result of it, and it does so as they get an opportunity here. It is a one-on-one in the back line, and with a good step, it is not going to result in anything. And Lighthouse, I believe, taking this throw-in will shift all their players to see what they can do on this Vidas' half, but it is not looking too good, although I might be wrong as Lighthouse is able to step in on an opportunity with some contention. The ref calls it off, and Vidas, again, able to tone down an opportunity for Lighthouse, and a quick trip is going to result in a penalty against Vidas, with a yellow card being handed out. We've seen so many times, at least in this first half, that penalties are more than definitely favoring Vidas for sure, as there have been plenty of times on their half hands have gone up but no call has been made, but the same cannot be said on the Lighthouse half, though I do give them their commendments because they've been able to hold fairly strong, as there have been plenty of shots and plenty of opportunities being taken on their net, and they have been able to hold strong. A ball getting sent just at the top of the circle and on the box, and going to see some quick back and forth as Vidas will try to hold on to the possession they've earned, and they will, as it'll result in a throw-in. And Simon can go ahead and look down line to Blanchard, who's going to see if maybe tapping it over the defensive line is a good choice. And it almost was, but it seems like Lighthouse was well able to make sure the defense held strong to that ball. Lighthouse going to see if maybe a quick chip will result in anything, and it might, as Lighthouse getting yet another opportunity on this far sideline. They've gotten a few of them so far this game, and even with a quick deflection, it seems like they had another opportunity to try and continue it, but they won't, as Blanchard is going to opt to try and send it downfield. We're going to go ahead and see a quick one-on-one, which is going to turn onto a 3-on-2, a shot, and a beautiful deflection by Gengu to make sure that Vidas is not able to develop anything too strong against them or take the lead in this game, as I likely should be mentioning. But that is going to result in another Vidas corner. Again, this Lighthouse defense holding very strong. Quick look to the opposite side of the box as the ball floats towards the center and straight into Gengu's hands. He's going to float to the 45-yard line and favor Vidas in possession. And, a little bit of an awkward touch there. Lighthouse is going to take yet another opportunity to maybe get something going. They've had a few less than Vidas has had so far, but I'm sure they are more than happy to try and get something going. And as the common theme has not favored this, but Lighthouse will get a penalty in the Vidas half. Lighthouse looking at probably one of their last opportunities as this half comes to an end. We'll see the ball get sent and likely, unfortunately, fly not necessarily over the net, but just out of bounds. We'll see if Vidas maybe tries to pick up the pace here a little bit, as Grazioli will assess his options. And that will be the first half whistle as we remain scoreless here in this Week 6 competition in the Delaware Conference. Vidas and Lighthouse, a back and forth that so far seems to be favoring Vidas, but Lighthouse still holding pretty strong, and the next half will have the wind in their favor. So we will see if that is something they are able to take advantage of, as we will be right back for some more Delaware Conference games.
And it's Oscar Rivas! Oh my word! Stunning! Oscar Rivas with another moment of cup magic! Happy to keep this ball. Floated forward to McDade. I don't see the flag up. What a finish that is by Brian McDade. Off the underside of the bar and in.
Then Suarez on it, gets a foot on it. Opportunity, open goal! It's Eric Rincon who opens the scoring for Galicia.
It's in the box, send the mate to it first. Defense to his second. Rojas with a long shot, and what a goal! What a strike for number 4!
With his leg. Goes long for Neme. Neme controls it well. Garcia, chip to the run of Neme. Will he get a shot? Tight angle, finishes for Nicholas Neme. Set up by Ivan Garcia with the chip assist. And Neme, a good finish inside the left post, and it's 1-0 Ironbound very quickly here at home.
Scan across and make sure everything is closed up. Here's Yusuf Afif. Gets away from the defender. Yusuf Afif up the bar! Newly repaired, put back into order, and Yusuf Afif says, let me give it a quick testaroo.
Jayakanthan central. Dana again takes a shot. A finish from the number 7. Just like that.
Schwartz. Schwartz trying to get around Gralla. He does. Schwartz! Schwartz! What a run by Braden Schwartz!
Rose, got a touch over Gene right at the goal line and in. Gene didn't come get it in time. And it's delicately put in. First the touch over by Rose, and then sliding to finish.
Sabovic wobbling, immaculate by Sabovic. That is delicious. Immaculate in its construction. It wobbled and weaved all over the place.
Tangled with Cardozo, no foul. Oliveira, he will shoot, and when they chipped him again from over 30 yards out, it's Ricardo Oliveira, his 4th, and there's the second for Ironbound, the second chip, and this is excellent from Oliveira.
Pass pass. Pass 3. Paez, the ball, boot shot! It's a rocket! Brahim Aboud with a rifle from his left foot.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving. My shin guards, so I know that they're together. I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Alright. Welcome back, everyone, to this Delaware Conference Week 6 action. We are returning to the Vidas versus Lighthouse game. Still 0-0, and definitely favoring more of Vidas's possession, but still, the game remains 0-0, and if the wind had any say in Lighthouse's a little bit more of a struggle in this first half, then they will definitely have a little bit more opportunity and or momentum going in their favor, as the wind will now be working for them. Again, just a reminder that this game will be a good determining factor for both of these teams' placements in this conference, as Vidas and Lighthouse hold the respective 4th and 5th rank, and with a game here from Lighthouse, that will push them ahead into that 4 rank, and of course Vidas wants to hold on to that. So, important game here for both teams, and the more that they can do, the likely better placement overall they can get with respect to each other, as they are two teams that I can imagine will continue to be contestants in that middle of the pack rank. And we'll see Blanchard here trying to fight his way to get into the box, and he will, but no shot will come of it. A corner will result from it though, and I'm sure he is more than happy that that is. He will go ahead and wave his team to get into the box. Quick handoff, maybe favoring trying to get a faster look into the congested box, and some being sent back and forth will send it back to Ballad, who will try and take a look center. A quick header is going to unfortunately pop straight up in the air, and Gengu will more than happily take possession and hand it off to his players to quickly switch the field. Some quick contention is going to result in Lighthouse maintaining possession, but the ball will be sent harmlessly into Grazioli's hands, and he will gladly take a quick step to hand it off to his team, and Ballad will see if he can maybe get something going for Blanchard, but Gengu able to step up and collect it as Lighthouse moves around in their own half to see if they can get this going forward. A big send downfield. It looks like Vidas will be able to get a step on it, but with some tripping, we'll see if Vidas can maybe do anything in a penalty, or foul, I should say. He's going to end up in Vidas' favor. As much as Vidas has seemed to have the main favor in possession and controlling the ball, Lighthouse has had some opportunities to see if they can develop anything, and we will see Vidas continue that consistent favorable possession that they've had this entire game, as Gogoladze tries to take something, as Shevekko is trying to get something going. Blanchard going to rip a shot on net, and it will bounce behind the net as it was missed wide. Apologies, Shevchenko. Lighthouse, again, more than happy to move the ball around in their own half, as they've done a lot in this game. Will be a Another foul on the Lighthouse team, as we'll see a Vidas player not super slow to get up, but get up with a slight limp. I believe that is Baudze, who will slowly get back into his position. After some deliberation with the ref, he's going to get the resuming of play going, and Vidas will look outside real quick to see if that can delay any development that might be happening in the box. We'll see an attempted header, but Gengu very easily able to jump and make sure that it doesn't result in a shot. Ooh, a quick deflection from Blanchard. We'll see if he's able to jump on anything and maybe get some assistance from his teammates to do something. It seems like it will. Blanchard, he's going to try and take a shot on net, but no height, and that was a very simple roll for Gengu to collect. Some very tight passing happening here on the Lighthouse half, and Vidas definitely trying to jump on the opportunity, see if they can take anything from it, but Lighthouse with some quick changes in possession is not going to hold on to it, as there was a quick look downfield to see if they could get anything going, but it did end up rolling out of bounds, and Vidas will look back to Grazioli as they retain their possession. Lighthouse is going to try and step on something and give a little bit of pressure, and it will work to an extent as they do get a throw in. Lighthouse going to try and look through here, but it didn't seem like anyone was ready for that possible opportunity, and Grazioli likely saw that, getting ready to step in, and not the most ideal punt in combination with the wind is going to lead to a little bit of an awkward ball. It's going to bounce a few times, and yet another foul for Lighthouse. I believe a handball is going to let Vidas more calmly recover the awkward sequence of events that was, and some quick handoffs happening for Lighthouse, but some quick intervention by Baudze, I believe that was, able to settle things, as we see if Blanchard is able to help his team develop anything. Arrozo trying to move the ball in that tight space in the side of the field there, but it likely won't really result in too much. Lighthouse passing the ball back and forth, and it will be in! I don't think Grazioli was ready to get that save, or at least the dive wasn't full in heart to try and get his reach there, and Lighthouse able to be the first team to score in this match. again, I say Vidas has had most of the possession, but Lighthouse with a few counterattack opportunities. That is apparently all they needed, as they are now up 1-0 in this, of course, still very close game against Vidas. A quick foul in the midfield will give Vidas the ball here. Some quick contention as Polanco tries to do something with the ball, but Lighthouse player able to step on it. And we'll see Kamagati as he tries to create something here, and a quick step from I believe that was Guilame, but the ball does bounce back and then back again into the Lighthouse half. It does seem as though we might have an injury on the field, as it looks like Waldman is down on the knee, and the ref will go ahead and stop the play, as it looks like some of the players were likely already trying to get ready for any possible movement that was coming from the Vidas players. Seems as though number 22 will be stepping in for the now out Waldman as he shifts upfield, I believe. (22) being Morales. Whistle has been sounded, and we are returning to play, as I would say if there wasn't a little bit of deliberation going on between some of the players and the ref. Vidas gonna take a quick look and center it in the box. It'll be a little low and hit off of one of their players, and with a quick step, Vidas might be able to do something, but Lighthouse, in the end, is going to be the one with possession, and with a quick slide tackle from Isaiah Fox, halting that attack for now. Very good, as he was in that case in a 2v1 against the Lighthouse players. Throw-in, not resulting in too much, but they do maintain possession. Going ahead and looking back, but a quick foul, the recipient of it being Delaware. Against, I believe, Morales, who in this case receives a yellow card. That's cool. Well, we're going to see a quick look downfield, but it seems as though Grazioli had all the confidence in trying to go out for it, and with a quick trip, it'll look like his efforts to get it out of their half is likely going to be in vain. Blanchard gonna see if he can move it around with his team here, sending it down the sideline to, I believe that is Ballad, and it's going to be a quick handoff to Gogoladze, but it is not going to result in anything, at least at the moment, as we're going to see if a quick handoff down the sideline is going to result in anything for Kamagate, but it unfortunately will not. Though they will gladly take a quick throw in. Abdul Rahman will take the throw in again as they see if maybe a more direct approach is going to be their option, but with an awkward bounce up, it'll be a handball and a Vidas kick. Some quick back and forth between both of the teams, and a quick lob will give Lighthouse the advantage at the moment, and two players fall, but that's going to end up being in Vidas' favor as they maybe try and take the option of playing it quick, seeing Ballad, or apologies, Morales, pass it off to Ballad, and the ball will unfortunately roll a little too far out. Lighthouse fighting for the ball here. It bouncing between a few players, but Vidas able to be able to take possession here as Pololanko hands it back to his defense, and he gets it again, opting to push it out. Some quick back and forth is going to lead to Lighthouse getting another breakaway, but it looks like it might try and send it across. We're going to possibly see another shot here, and the back of the net is found. Vidas, I guess, on their heels in that case, as go ahead and give a quick shoe shine as a celebration. Fortunately, I can't see the number quite yet of who that was that scored, but I will gladly give it to you once I can. But Vidas now more than a goal in deficit, not where you want to be in a match that will likely be a determinant for your overall conference ranking. Again, apologies, I'm not quite able to give you who that was that scored. The number is yet to be shown, but we will continue on as Vidas goes ahead and takes possession. As this ball is moved around, I'll go ahead and thank today's sponsor. Today's game in frame is brought to you by Petrobras, your gateway to Spain and Portugal, from unforgettable vacations to exclusive soccer group trips. Petrobras gets you closer to the action, the culture, the biggest teams on the Iberian Peninsula. Visit petrobras.com and start planning your dream vacation today. Lighthouse gonna see if maybe moving it down this close sideline is gonna be what they need, and it looks like it will, as they give a soft lob towards the center, just outside the 6, but nothing is gonna come of it, as Polanco will gladly take it and hand it off to the rest of his defense as they shift it around. Vidas, though behind, are taking a little bit more of a patient approach and trying to develop something to maybe get it along the sideline for Blanchard, who will get it past one. He'll see if he tries to pass it out or maybe go for a shot. It's going to awkwardly pop off of a Lighthouse player, and with a second effort, it will deflect, and Gengu will collect it with a quick fall to the side. Lighthouse gonna try and send it downfield, but unfortunately falling right into Grazioli's hands. We'll see Vidas yet again building from their back line as they try to hand it off to Schwartz, who will opt for handing it back to his defense. Vidas going to see if a big send downfield is going to be what they need, and with a quick header into the ground, maybe it might develop into something. Some quick confliction is going to result in a PK. Not what you want to see for Lighthouse, or at least I believe he was in the box at the time of that penalty. Yep, I see them handing the ball off. Vidas player still on the ground, but standing up and giving himself a quick realign after the collision. Some of the Lighthouse players trying to plead their case for the incident, but It is looking like it will stand, and it is looking like Vidas will be the one to start eyeing up the goalkeeper as they get ready for what will be the first PK of this game and what will possibly be the first goal for Vidas, getting them a little bit closer to holding on to this match, as it seemed like they were holding on pretty well in the first half. But as the second half has weighed on, I cannot say the same has occurred. Lining up the shot. Gonna go for a beautiful block. We'll see if he gets second in, and the ball skies, flying well above the net. Congo with a beautiful save. Beautifully predicted that it was going to be a little bit left middle and getting that touch on, but Vidas going to try and see if they can take advantage of the chaos, and that ball will fly backwards towards the midfield, and Lighthouse will actually see if they can maybe try and take advantage. It's going to be a foot race, and Vidas, their opportunity to try and get back in this game is squandered by a beautiful effort by Gangu, as a big send downfield will lead to a little bit of confusion here and an awkward touch, and some players will try and wave their hands for a penalty, but nothing, and I apologize as I'm trying to catch my breath. Vidas not able to capitalize and remaining down 2 in this important game. A quick look to the other side of the field. We'll go ahead and see, a quick slip there from Gogoladze. And Lighthouse will see if maybe trying to send it to the center will be a good option, but nothing will come of it. Instead, opting to send that ball far down the field, likely with a little bit of assist from the waiting wind that we've had so far today. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a few more looks further downfield, and there will be, I believe that was a quick push off of Fox, as Lighthouse will get free kick just past the 40-yard line. Go ahead and hand it off, and there is a quick collision there. I was thinking that either Vidas or a Vidas defender or Grazioli was going to have that, and then there was that collision that will, definitely result in a kick for Vidas. Just in case you guys are curious to get a little bit more game and frame action, we have some games coming up later today. The second round qualifying matches for the U.S. Open Cup. It will be the New York Americans versus the New York Renegades. That will be at 8 p.m. And then at 7 p.m. we're going to have Met Oval versus Central Park Rangers. So if you are looking for more soccer to watch and you're looking for more great games, then do be sure to tune into that, as those will be not only very intriguing games to enjoy a quick watch of some great soccer, but important matches going into the rest of the rounds for the U.S. Open Cup. Ball now gonna bounce loosely in the midfield, and it looks like Lighthouse was opting to let it bounce out, but it did not end up being the right option, and after a little bit of back and forth, it will end up back in Vidas' favor in this fading 80-minute mark. Vidas, I don't want to say, seems to be a little bit stuck in their own half at the moment, as Vidas' Lighthouse seems to have turned on and started blinding a lot of the opportunities that Vidas might have, but not blinding this one, as though it was a chance, it didn't turn out to be too strong of one, falling straight into Gangu's hands, and with a big punt heading to the Vidas' 25-yard line. Lighthouse, unsurprisingly, taking the option of just forcing Vidas to restart at the end of their field, as they're the ones who have to try and come back from this match. And they will be more than happy to continue this good defensive stance that they have had so far, with beautiful efforts from the defense and amazing efforts from Gangu, who saved a PK just minutes ago, making sure that Vidas could not lessen the 2-goal lead that Vidas currently has. We'll see a quick call and some talking between the players, as Vidas will get a free kick just past the 30-yard line, and I would like to see them try and develop something into the box, which it looks like they will, and there will be a quick header that falls on unavailable cleats, as it doesn't look like any Vidas players were there to try and take advantage of the opportunity. A good step from Vidas there, as they try and see if maybe this can result in a quick counterattack opportunity. It will temporarily be deflected, and then this time more permanently be deflected, as Lighthouse steps in and resets themselves. But it looks like able to take on an opportunity that a tripped player might have allowed. Lighthouse able to recover from it, though, and maybe have another look downfield. We'll see the Vidas player run alongside to maybe try and slow this down, and then eventually clear it out to lessen the damage to a throw-in. Lighthouse more than likely taking their time here to develop this play, as we are definitely in the later parts of this second half. Opting for a quick back and forth short play, but the sideline ref throws his flag in the air, as it was just barely offsides. And Vidas, I would like to hope, are in a little bit of a hurry here to get the ball further downfield to create something. Morales stepping in to give an option and maybe move the ball a little bit further downfield. He will do the same here, opting to get it back to his defense. And a little bit of a chip touch, probably not ideal, and the Lighthouse players trying to step in, and seems like a small touch of a cleat is gonna result in a kick for them. Again, not the first time this half, but with some of the not necessarily confusion, but talk between players, it does seem it will delay things, so both teams will get ready and get set. And a big deflection there, and it seems like Lighthouse will indeed take possession of this, giving a quick hand back to the top of the box, ripping a shot, and with an awkward bounce, Grazioli not able to fully grab hold of it, deflecting it out, and it will roll just barely past the flag, resulting in a corner for Lighthouse. Lighthouse definitely on the upswing here, as I have said prior, I suspected Vidas would try and take advantage of this pressure that they've had, and, well, it looks like Lighthouse has just been able to come back and really make sure that that does not continue for the rest of this game, as Vidas looking like they're trying to just send the ball upfield to maybe get some kind of look going, and they might, as we'll see a shot on net and a bounce off the post. That was Schwartz trying to get his team the first goal of the game, but we'll go ahead and we'll see Sila maybe try and get it center, and a shot fading over, but there is no on net shot coming out from his efforts. Lighthouse again holding strong in the pressure that Vidas has been applying to them, and as you can see, Vidas might be trying to go for limiting some of the options in the backfield, as Lighthouse has been able to develop a few more good opportunities, and I believe the ref will call advantage as Lighthouse is able to continue this, but unfortunately not able to hold on to it for too long. But the same can be said as it ends up back in Lighthouse's favor, possibly, but a quick yellow card will be handed out to Arrozo after that play developed a little bit further away from him. A lot of players on Vidas trying to encourage each other to look a little bit further upfield, but that might have been a little bit in vain, as Lighthouse had an opportunity, but Sila able to step on it and unfortunately lose it here. We'll see Lighthouse maybe try and make a few quick moves. We'll see if they can try and get a shot on net, and as much as it will go in, it is an offsides call, and we will see Vidas taking possession in their own half. Though I haven't noticed any too much of a major change in Lighthouse's gameplay, I'm sure they are much favoring the idea of letting the ball play as it is in their opponent's half, because they know that they have a strong presence in the midfield and their own. So we will see if Vidas maybe tries to look for some more opportunities a little bit further downfield, as there are a few Lighthouse players trying to step in to maybe slow down any attack that can come from it, and this will happen, but with a quick step from Arrozo, it will slow it down at least, and a lot of back and forth coming here from both teams, but Grazioli will collect the ball. Fox trying to move it forward, but Polanco having a different idea, but this might be a good opportunity for Vidas as it sends it downfield. A quick race, and it looks like That's Kazi trying to do something, but a quick deflection will not give any immediate results. I will say, I think Vidas likely wanting to do something here on this possession, or at least this moment of presence in Lighthouse's half, as if they want to get any good momentum going into the rest of this game, then they will want to start something here as Blair tries to rip a shot on net and tries to scoop it out for Sila, but a quick header will slow down that effort. A few options come moving in for Blair, and Sila tries to move something, maybe handing it back to Simon, as he will try and get it center, and a quick deflection will happen, but I don't believe anything can result from it, as an offsides call will be made, and though Lighthouse trying to send it downfield to maybe bide some time for everyone else to move up, a strong bounce will give it straight back to Vidas. Blair gonna try and look downfield, but nothing's gonna come of it, and a light deflection is gonna let Lighthouse hold on to it. Gonna go ahead and see Abdul Rahman get yet another good stand on the side of the field that we're next to, as he helps drain the clock and continue possession for his team. But a quick foul there will allow Vidas a free kick, which they will opt to take short. Something needs to be developed here for Vidas, as we are more than on our way to getting into the extra time of this game. And with a quick step from Lighthouse, it's not looking like Vidas will have any sort of chance at that, though with how back and forth this continues to be in the midfield, as try and balance who's going to go and who's going to stay for both teams, trying to make sure that they can commit more people forward for Vidas or keep more people back for Lighthouse. A play will develop, and a quick move will maybe result in something as a collision happens, but the ref gonna go ahead and call a foul for Lighthouse, I believe, as that prior collision before the rest of the play played out was enough for him to say something about the play. Lighthouse opting to go short, and I can see keeping 3 to 4 players back to make sure that a swift counterattack can't happen. And as the possession turns over, it seems like that might be a good idea, as they have more people on defense than Vidas has on the possible attacking offense, as Lighthouse will get another foul. Go ahead and see Delaware hand the ball back, and Vidas with a good step is going to maybe try and take a look downfield. That's going to be Sila. We're going to see if he tries to take a shot or maybe center it to his teammates. A quick move happens. He takes a shot on net. Blair trying to do something with it too, but the ball is going to pop up into the air. we'll see if Lighthouse is able to take a quick touch and send it downfield, which might lead to something, but it does look like a Lighthouse player, unfortunately, offsides. Vidas gonna go again with the short option. And we'll go ahead and see Simon hand it off to his defense, which the midfield will then slowly move it upfield, and a quick look might result in something, and Gengu gonna obviously play for time here and fall on it. The extra minutes of this game are definitely weighing down on Vidas, and that foul will likely not feel too good for them, as they now have to walk back to their own half. Again, Delaware instead allowing Guillaume take the touch, and that will result in some chances downfield for Lighthouse as they do some quick handoffs to each other. But with a quick foul, or apologies, not foul, throw-in, we will see Vidas try and work upfield, but then I will say with more confidence this time, a foul coming out on Vidas, and Lighthouse will opt for the backwards option to maybe stall for time, or at least try and keep possession. Vidas opting to try and maybe just send the ball downfield, as they do need something to go on here. And we'll see maybe a quick chance here, a quick step back, and Sila will finish it! Sila there to end make sure that that ball rolls in beautifully. A beautiful assist from, I believe that was, as soon as I can see his jersey, I will let you guys know. But Vidas now back, maybe with a little bit of momentum in these fading minutes of this half. Likely going to try and add a little bit more pressure to keep their momentum going. And Lighthouse, again, looking at another possible opportunity, but Fox not having anything about that. And just to go back on what I previously said, I believe that was Kazi who provided the assist there. And Vidas, with this foul, will try and play fast to Simon, push it out to Blair to see if he can do anything, hoping to get it to Sila, but there'll be nothing that comes of it, and a nice header. You're going to send it off to Polanco, who's going to try and get some kind of movement going, but with a brief challenge that is going to end this game, and we will see Lighthouse take this game 2-1 against Vidas. This will go ahead and move them up in the table ahead of Vidas, as Vidas will take on the 5th seed, as Lighthouse will go ahead and take on the 4th seed. A hesitant first half from Lighthouse, I will say, though they did have the wind against them. But some reinvigoration definitely returned, and they were able to jump on 2 opportunities to score a couple of goals to get them in the lead. And though Vidas seemed to be kicking back, and with a penalty kick opportunity, Gengu able to halt that effort and make sure that there was no coming back in this match for Vidas. So, well played for Lighthouse 1893, and they deserve a beautiful move up in the league. Again, go check out those upcoming games in the U.S. Open Cup second round. This has been Kenneth Dyer and behind the camera Nick Kraus for Game and Frame. We will have an interview coming up right after this, so don't go anywhere.
Junior Rosero drifting deep. And it's Oscar Rivas! Oh my word! Stunning! Oscar Rivas with another moment of cup magic!
Happy to keep this ball. Floated forward to McDade. I don't see the flag up. What a finish that is by Brian McDade. Off the underside of the bar and in.
Looking Suarez on it, gets a foot on it. Opportunity, open goal! It's Eric Rincon who opens the scoring for Galicia.
It's in the box, in the mate, to it first. Defense to a second. Rojas with a long shot, and what a goal! What a strike for number 4!
With his leg. Goes long for Neme. Neme controls it well. Garcia, chip to the run of Neme. Will he get a shot? Tight angle, finishes for Nicholas Neme. Set up by Ivan Garcia with the chip assist. And Neme, a good finish inside the left post, and it's 1-0 Ironbound very quickly here at home.
Scan across and make sure everything is closed up. Here's Yusuf Afif. Gets away from the defender. Yusuf Afif off the crossbar! Newly repaired, put back into order, and Yusuf Afif says, let me give it a quick testaroo.
Jayakanta Central. Dana again takes a shot. What a finish from the number 7! Just like that.
Schwartz. Schwartz trying to get around Gralla. He does. Schwartz! Schwartz! What a run by Braden Schwartz!
Rose, got a touch over Gene right at the goal line and in. Gene didn't come get it in time. And it's delicately put in. First the touch over by Rose, and then sliding to finish.
Sabovic wobbling, immaculate by Sabovic. That is delicious. Immaculate in its construction. It wobbled and weaved all over the place.
Tangled with Cardozo, no foul. Oliveira, he will shoot, and when they chipped him again from over 30 yards out. It's Ricardo Oliveira, his 4th, and there's the 2nd for Ironbound. The 2nd chip, and this is excellent from Oliveira.
Paz gets past 3. Paez, the ball, boot shot! It's a rocket! Brahim Aboud with a rifle from his left foot.
Hello everybody and welcome back to this Game and Frame broadcast. We just had Lighthouse 1893 just defeat Vidas United, a close game, it being 2-1 with Lighthouse obviously being in the more favorable situation as they are the ones that came out on top. Here I have Majid, who had 1 assist on this game, and I'm just going to go ahead and ask you, first half, at least from what I saw, not too favorable for you guys, but you held strong. Your defense did a really good job. And then when this second half started kicking in, you guys, it seemed like you were in full gear at that time. Was there anything that was talked about, or did you guys feel like you were just, warming up and sort of solidifying your gameplay, and that's what helped you, continue on in this game?
Yeah, so I think first of all, the wind was kicking in, so we had to adjust and we had to switch up the game plan because we came out trying to go all offensive and it wasn't working. So we stuck with it and say, okay, you know what, we're gonna be defensive first and let them attack, and we'll take the opportunity when they come. That's how we got the goals.
Beautiful. Now, you guys are a new team in this conference, and so far you guys are doing pretty well. With this win, it sets you guys up in rank 4, as Vidas previously had that, but you guys are now outranking them with this win. How does it feel, coming into a new conference and being able to show up and, be in that, now top 4 position?
So it's a good thing because it's a new team and we're trying to build. So a win is a win. It's hard to win in this league. So we're trying to send a message too, because the last 2 games we didn't perform well. We won 1, we tied 1, so we're building up and we're going to be better moving forward.
Absolutely. Now, I will go ahead and say it still was a little bit of a fight as it came towards the end there. Vidas had a PK opportunity and beautiful save came out to make sure that it stayed 2-0. Then a little bit later on, another goal came through. How was your guys' reaction to that? And did you guys, solidify in your sort of play style that you knew was working this second half? Or did you try and, shift things around to make sure that you could possibly compensate for, new invigoration that was coming in through Vidas?
So the moment we got up 2-0, it's not safe because we always say 2 goals are not safe, because when they score, we had to lock in and see the game out. That's the most important thing, because it was 2 minutes left in the game. But our defense stepped up and we won, and we're going to build from that because it's a team game at the end, and I'm happy for the win.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and thank you for joining us. Is there anything you'd like to say to the stream?
Thank you for coming out. We hope to see you come record more of our games, and we're going to win anytime you come. It's a good thing for us. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, that was Lighthouse going ahead and beating out Vidas, and a good start for them as this conference continues on. I have been Kenneth Dyer. Thank you for joining this Game and Frame broadcast, and hopefully you tune in for the other ones coming this evening.